Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so excited to do this training. It's going to be awesome on this amazing Valentine's Day night. We're going to be talking about approaching and being approached. For those of you that may not know who I am, my name is Natalie Tucker. I have been in love with social media since the beginning. I've been building my own personal brand and businesses on social media for over a decade. And I absolutely love learning how to maximize these free tools that we have to build businesses, to build residual income. And it's something that is so simple, like I was saying, but it can be super complex to get started. So I'm going to kind of go over some of the basics, but also give you a approach to doing this, an approach to being approached that you may not have heard of, or may give you an extra edge, or you can try something new, because some of you have been building already online and maybe you're new to social media and you don't really know like what to do regarding building a business. So let's get into it. Hopefully you guys can see all of this. So first things first is you want to be posting relatable content. And what I mean by relatable content, it's things that are going to spark a conversation, that's going to spark an interest, something that's going to allow you to be seen on social media and not just scrolled past. You know how we're always caught up in the scroll and we just continue moving, through the page. But then what catches your attention? What makes you stop on that post and actually read it? Is it the caption? Is it the photo? Is it the quality of content that they're posting? I want you guys to start taking a mental note of that as you're utilizing your own social media for your own, viewing pleasures, or if you're working for the business, just start paying attention. What do I care about? Because that is the style of content that I recommend you to also start producing, because it's going to be relatable to you and your audience if that's what they are already doing. So hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have questions, I am going to have a question and answer time at the end, but if you want to put them in the chat so you don't forget, that's totally fine too. But I'm just going to keep moving right along. So here's what you can post: who you are, examples, where you live, what you're into, things you have overcome, and memes. Okay. And I don't mean to like post, "Hi, I'm Natalie and I live in Florida." Like, no, I mean like, the weather is so cold for Florida right now. What's the temperature where you guys are at? So that's not only kind of sharing where you live, but it's an engagement post. It's allowing your audience to connect with you, because then everyone's going to chime in where they live and what the temperature is there. So that's a really good interactive post. What you're into. So for instance, I did an engagement post talking about like your ideal date, like what's the perfect date night for you, something like that, because I love going on dates. Like, me and my husband date each other still. So that's something relatable, right? We're into that. You can post about a Netflix show that you're watching. Whenever I posted about, what's that long title? Someone tell me. The girl across the street from the girl in the window, or the woman across, whatever, that long title. I posted that and I said, who's watching this too? Like, we just started. And I don't know how many comments I got, maybe like 20, 30. And it blew up, and I started conversations with people in the comments. So things like that are relatable, they're going to make people start talking to you, and that's the gateway to then building a relationship, and then that leads into a sale or a business partner, whatever may happen with that. Things you've overcome. I'm very big about my struggles that I've overcome: toxic relationships, addiction, breast implant illness, so many different things. So it takes a lot of guts and grit to talk about that stuff that may not be comfortable to share. But when you do that, powerful things happen. When you open up the door to people that, like, you open up the door to things that are hard, and it brings people to you that you may have not known that was something in common. Like, I have women messaging me all the time about some of these things that I'm sharing about, and I'm like, I didn't even know that about them. But it allows us to connect on a deeper level, and sales are built on trust, right? So if you've overcome a divorce, if you've overcome something with your child, I know that parenting can be a struggle. Share something about that in a way that invites other people to also share. And yes, that means you have to be a little bit vulnerable, but I promise you that there is proof, and there is a good reason to do so, because it will bring people to you that then you can start a relationship with. Okay. And then memes. So who you are, you can also represent that in a meme. If you're funny, if you love memes, share a meme that's relatable to you. There was times that I shared like Star Wars memes, because my husband likes Star Wars, and they were like related to relationships or marriage. Like, there was a funny one that said, "When I steal my boyfriend's hoodie," or "When I steal my husband's hoodie," and it was like Yoda with a hoodie. I don't know. It was something funny, but it was relatable agreeable to my life. So that's another way for people to get to know you. And then in return, you will build that relationship. So wow factors, deep parts of your story. I kind of went into that, but I'm talking about like that deep stuff where you're saying like, I never thought I would make it through my last abusive relationship, but I'm so happy for the growth that I endured. It can be simple. You don't have to get into the details, the facts, the slander, the, name calling. Like, keep it professional, and that's good enough. What are your 5 brand pillars? I talk about this a lot with my clients. So example, for me personally, I am a wife, a cat mom, a business owner, crunchy living. I'm into that type of stuff, non-toxic lifestyle advocate. So what are you personally into? Are you into taking your kids to the park? Are you into also living a non-toxic life? That kind of takes the business into it. But like, what is your lifestyle? Are you keto? Are you vegan? Are you a widow? Are you a dog mom? Like, any type of those things, start posting about it. And if you don't know what to post, take one of those things. So for instance, I am a wife. Like today I posted a post about Valentine's Day, talking about like our love story. So that's talking about my pillar of being a wife. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, engaging with others. How does that look like? You'll hear coaches, mentors, your upline, whoever, always talking about engaging. They want to be engaging with your audience, engaging in your network. And sometimes I feel like people are like, what does that even mean? So posting, which we covered, liking, commenting. So you want to be social on social media. You want to go to other people's pages. When you're scrolling, stop for a second, comment something genuine, adding new friends, polls on stories. So growing your network. And then polls on stories is super important to get feedback from others, because then you can also message them. So I'll do certain things like, do you use laundry detergent or fabric softener more? Do you like the color red or the color pink? Like, it really doesn't matter what it is, but that's going to boost your algorithm, your engagement, and also get to know your audience that way. Asking questions and statuses, same thing. Like I said before, who else is watching this Netflix series, or who has seen blah, blah, blah. What's your favorite taco place to go to? Hubby and I need a new date night spot. Like, things like that. Ask questions that are relatable to your current, situation and who you are. Replying back to others. If you're not replying back to others, that's basically like someone saying hi to you and you walking away and just ignoring them, right? Think of social media. It's like a like is like a high five, a comment is like a hug, and then a reply back is like a conversation. So if you're not converting and conversating with people, it's like you're ignoring them in real life. Like, if someone would walk up to you and say hi and you just keep walking, like, that's literally what it's like. So if you want people to continue commenting and engaging with you, you need to make sure that you're doing it back. And this helps boost your post so more people see it. It'll get flooded back into the algorithm and, sent out to more people to see, which is good for business. DMing and making new friends, which we'll get into on the next slide, I believe. And then joining groups to build relationships. I used to never pay attention to groups. I just thought that they were there. I used them for like team page stuff or customers, but I never utilized the purpose of it until I had a purpose to be in them. When I got my 2 Persian cats, they are the cutest little things, but they are the most high maintenance, bougie little things as well. And there's a lot to learn about having an exotic animal. So when I got them, I joined Persian groups and I started learning and interacting and posting things in there like, this is happening with my cat. Is this normal? Like, or what advice do you give on this topic? And I just started learning how to raise these little kittens because I didn't have the knowledge. And yes, I could go to Google, but it's not the same. Like, I want to be able to talk to people, have, if I have questions, I want to be able to reach out. So I started growing my network with other Persian cat owners, and we bonded on that. We were able to have something in common. We send each other cat photos, and it's like I'm making new friends. I know Rainbow does that with her Frenchie groups. And if you're a new mom, you can do that in mom groups. Some of them get crazy, I know. But also, like, anything I go through in life, like overcoming toxic relationships, going through that part, of my life where I was explanting from my breast implant illness. Like, I met so many incredible women through that also were struggling. And now they're some of my best customers because they're into the stuff that I'm into. So groups are definitely a great resource. But let's talk about warm market approach. So let's say you are wanting to approach someone. So we talked about how to be approachable, right? You posting things, you doing the things. And now let's talk about you doing the things. So Hey, Megan, hope you're doing well. Just wanted to drop by and say thanks so much for the love of my posts. So I want to pause real quick. If you're not posting interactive stuff and relatable stuff, then this won't work. This will not make sense. So make sure you're doing that first half first, and then you can message people that you notice are liking on your posts consistently. They're watching your stories, and then you can start having conversations with them. Okay. So, hey, Megan, hope you're doing well. Just wanted to drop by and say thanks so much for the love of my post. I'm sure you have seen that I'm in love with where I shop. They even just added a free shipping offer. Are you open to some more information? So I kept it very vague. I kept it very general because I kind of want them to be like, what are you talking about? What store? What do you love? Right? If I say Shop Club, if I say Maluka, if I say, the company name, like that's okay. But if you keep it more vague, it makes more people ask questions, which is goal. Or they might not remember, right? So then they're going to go to your page, they're going to go to your story, they're going to watch. So this is where having those posts up has to be there, right? Like it has to, otherwise it won't work, because then it's just like you're messaging them out of left field. So if you guys want to screenshot this, go for it. I am going to post a recording that you can go back for it as well. And you always want to put their name. Sometimes I write, hey, babe, hey, love, because that's how I speak on a normal basis. If you don't talk like that, don't do that. It won't come off authentic. Okay, so also with this, if you want to screenshot, you can go for it. Okay, so message new friends. And as you're growing your network, you do sort of want to start opening that door and having a conversation with them. You don't want to just randomly be like, hey, do you want to try my products? Like, don't be Sally sales spammy person, but you can say something like, hey, name. Hey, Taylor, thanks for the connection. I hope you're having a great week, and something relatable. So you want to say something that is like relevant to what they posted. So I'll go on their page and I'll see what they posted about. For instance, like, I hope you're staying warm out there. Cause whenever I was writing this, the girl said that it was like 30 degrees in Canada or 3 degrees in Canada or something like that. So you want to find something they recently posted about. So like right now, what I'm messaging people is, I hope you're having a great Valentine's Day. Do you have any special plans for tonight? Okay. So you want to always adjust that to relevancy, what is happening right now. And then messages for the likers and stalkers. Okay, so I call them stalkers because when you swipe up and you see all the people watching your story and like they've been watching you probably forever and there's just like no interaction, they don't reply back, they're just like stalking you in your life. I like to reach out to those people if I notice that they're consistently viewing. And if you don't know who's consistently viewing, now's the time to start paying attention. And then in a few days, you can try this method. So I say, hey, love, hope you had a great weekend. Also adjust that. Like right now, I would say that because it's Monday, but I wouldn't say that like on a Wednesday. That makes no sense. Hope you're having a great day. So you have been viewing my story consistently. Do you want more info on the wellness store? It's free shipping now too. And then put an emoji. So you can put a heart, you can put like the hands up emoji, you can put the leaf, like whatever fits your vibe. But I love this message that I got from Leland. I kind of borrowed some of her concepts, but saying the wellness store, like that just sounds so elegant, so like amazing. I don't know, I just love it. Or you can say online store, whatever fits your vibe, whatever sounds good to you. And then I've been chiming in a lot on the free shipping. Why? Because it's new. They might not know about that. They might care about it more because it's free shipping. That is such a big selling point, and I think it's important to highlight it. Okay, so continue engaging after you've already made that initial message, that initial contact, that initial hello and high five and hug. You can also mark people as see first, so you never miss a post. This only works if you have notifications on. I personally don't have notifications on because I would go crazy. I hate all the dinging, and I like to be on my phone when I'm on my phone. When I'm not on my phone, I like to not be on my phone. So I have business hours set, and some of you may have that too. But if you do have notifications on and you really want to focus on developing that relationship, Facebook and Instagram allows you to mark them as see first. Something else that I do is I will add them to a favorite. Like on Facebook, it'll put a star, and then anytime they post, it's at the top of your newsfeed. So there's a couple different ways that you can kind of organize the people that you're focusing on. And don't forget to follow up too. So like if I send someone a bunch of information, or if I'm even just asking them a simple question. Like I just went through and sent out like a little happy Valentine's Day thing. Even if they didn't reply back or read my message, I sent them that. Why? Because it's going to put me at the top of their inbox. They're more likely to open it. And it's not just about the sale. I'm building that relationship. I'm asking them if they have any plans. I'm sending them, fun wishes for Valentine's. So now is the perfect time to follow up with people that maybe have ghosted you. They got busy. One time I straight up had a girl that said, I'm so happy you followed up because I forgot and I really want to check this out. So we're doing our job by following up, and we're also helping them out because they got busy. How many times do you forget to reply to a message? I know I do all the time. So this allows you to, secure that sale and also continue building that relationship. So, all right, you guys, did you have any questions? And I also wanted to say that remember, this is a process. Learning social media, learning engagement, learning interacting, like it just takes time. And I feel like, if we do this one day, or if we send out 10 messages and we don't get that instant, gratification, that instant result, then we think that it's not working. I have been consistently messaging, posting, commenting, liking, building since 2016. Okay, so when I started, I grew pretty quickly to, a decent income, but that's not because I just started. Like it took time. So like I said, before, it's a journey. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 21. And it will get easier over time once you get into a flow of things. Block scheduling is something that really helps me. I will sit down and focus on making like all my posts at one time. That way I have stuff ready for the week. I know in the groups, me and Kristen, like we've talked about this, pre-planning your posts. That way you don't have to always be on like your phone, and you can be present in the moment, but then also your business is still running whenever you kind of schedule ahead of time. So I will pause and see if anyone has any questions. I know I covered a lot pretty quickly. No, you guys good? Alrighty then, we can end it here. Thank you guys for showing up, and I hope that this helped you and your businesses will take off. All right, you guys, bye. Have a good night.